Peace. This is Brother Hatim, and you have joined us on Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Be sure to check out our site and subscribe at tribe.gyenamejourney.com.
All my brothers and sisters, hold hands and bow your heads. Let us pray. God standeth in the congregation of the mighty. He judgeth amongst the gods. How long will you judge unjustly and accept the persons of the wicked? I say, defend the poor and the fatherless. Do justice to the afflicted and the needy. Deliver the poor and needy. Rid them out of the hand of the wicked. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of court. I have said, ye are God, and all of you are children of the Most High. But ye shall die like men, and fall like one of the princes. Arise, O God, judge the earth, for thou shalt inherit all nations. Allahu Akbar.
This is Kadar Franks, and you are now listening to the Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
Keep up with the journey. Check out what we have done in the past. Go to journeyarchives.com.
This is Adnan Sheik, aka Ace, live from Shisha Lounge, and you are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
Be sure to follow Gye-Nyame Journey on Facebook, Google+, and Twitter. Check us out. Join the journey.
This is Adnan Sheik, aka Ace, live from Shisha Lounge, and you are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
You are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio with Monica. Enjoy.
This is Marina, and this is Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
This is Willie. Welcome to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. I want to give a shout out to Silver Kevin, all my Silver Nation out there. I want to give a shout out to my mom. I give a shout out to my dad for raising me and my family for being around me. And I want to give a shout out to the people of my generation that's trying to do something big.
This is Cleveland, and you're listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
Peace, Hotep. It's Mansour Hotep, aka Mr. Deity. Mr. Deity, does it sound good? I think it sounds great. Right now, you listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
If you're not adding anything to the culture that you claim, you don't deserve to carry his name. This is Brother Hatim coming at you live, and you are now listening to the Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Shouts out to the Gye-Nyame tribe, Gye-Nyame family. Stand up. Peace. If you're not adding anything to the culture that you claim, you don't deserve to carry his name. This is Brother Hatim coming at you live, and you are now listening to the Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Shouts out to Gye-Nyame Tribe, Gye-Nyame family. Stand up. And you are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Peace. This is Gina.
This is Gina.
And you are now
Now you listen to my daddy.
on Gye-Nyame
Gye-Nyame Journey
Radio.
Radio.
Peace.
Peace.
Oh man, you are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Back up off them speakers. I am your host, and we are about to do the Daily Toast, and it is a great Kuumba. And of course, you know this is a Heart of a Simba production. Where our only goal. Cleve, if you could bring me a paper towel, please, because I'm sweating right now. Because I want to blow up your paradigms. That's too much, man. Come on, man. We on a budget, brother. We on a budget. All right. Man, family. Look, not only do we got the opportunity to toast, but it's a Saturday. I owe you some push-ups, Kwame. I'm going to knock them out. It's Kuumba Day, it's Kuumba Day, it's Kuumba Day, it's Kuumba Day. Hey, listen. Man, I had an opportunity to go skating with my kids. I got to see Miss Sasha Moss put on her skates for the very first time. Well, you know, the little kid skates, but, you know, she got to fall, you know. And skating is one of the few places where kids can get to experience life in a safe fashion, where they find out that they have to fall and fail a whole bunch of times before they are able to actually grasp the skill at hand. You know what I'm saying? So I enjoy using skating as a metaphor because in that lesson, I'm able to teach my kids, hey man, it's going to be a bunch of new stuff you're going to want to do, and it's going to be a bunch of times that you're going to have to stumble and fall in order to be able to do it. So I had the pleasure of doing that last night. So today we're gonna do our toast, and I want to have some conversation around this whole North Korea thing, around this the iPhone X that's coming out, and kind of the message that's being sent to us, family. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's going down. So hey, we're gonna do this toast. I did my water. That's clear. I can't see your face, family. So I want to send shouts out to Brother Kwame. Thank you for tuning in. Somebody else is on the line. I want to thank them. Phone lines are open at 614-556-4535. The only thing I ask is when we're doing the libations, if you have somebody you want to toast, just shout them out. But let's try to make it through libations. I know I'll be getting sidetracked. I don't need nobody helping me get sidetracked, because y'all know I get sidetracked by myself. You know what I'm saying? But you call in, let's finish the libation, and then we can chop it up. We can have a conversation as long as y'all want. I ain't going to say as long as y'all want, because I got to go downstairs and get my clothes ironed for next week. But, I mean, we could do it. I mean, hell, it's portable. So if we have to, I'll just move it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we're going to get a conversation that deep. But I already took my water. Mr. Omar Anthony, also known as Old Scheme, just joined us. Shouts out, family. Listen, I need the MP3, man. I'm going to go back and try to get it. I need the MP3 because I want to play it on my show. You know what I'm saying? All right. So, post up the link for your music. Now, He kind of gangster with it, family, but he my family, so I support him, you know. So, but like I said, post up your stuff so people can get your MP3. All right, so first, I see my glasses not all the way full because I'm gonna finish one batch, and while we talking, I'm gonna throw some other batches. I got another batch down here I'm gonna be sipping on, right? So, first, giving honor to the creator by whatever name you choose to call that creator. We lift up our glass. We lift up our glass. We lift up our glass, and we salute that creator, and we say, Shay. From there we move to our personal ancestors. We remember those individuals upon whose backs and upon whose shoulders we are standing. And literally, some of us actually used to ride on these people's back. We used to stand on these people's shoulders when we was little. They helped us learn how to walk. They helped us develop our ability to talk. They helped us. They taught us, or at least demonstrated to us how to think. And we following a lot of their footsteps. So we lift these individuals up. These individuals in our personal life who have made transitions that we had time to sit around and talk with. Either sit up their feet or sit at their table. We want to lift up the glass and we want to thank them. We want to remember them. We want to toast them, and we want to send shouts out to them. We want to remember our grandmothers and our grandfathers. We remember our aunts and our uncles. We want to remember our brothers and our sisters. We want to remember our friends and our cousins. We want to remember our nieces and our nephews that made the transition before us. And we lift up the glass. We salute them. Now, this is where those of you that experience this, where you start saying your people's names. Start saying your people's names, right? Remember your ancestors, right? Because that is, it's a blessing to really have people that you could remember and think about, right? So I'll go down my family line. You go down your family line if you choose. Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robert Tex, and Davis, Brown, Senior, Leslie, Tilly, George, William, Walter, Christopher, Fanny, Chris, and Fanny Gadsden. Uncle Chris. I'm Fiend. Geneva Brown, Cleveland Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvara Brown, Gina Gaines, Katie Evans, Nikki Evans, my Aunt Barbara Twiggs, my grand uncle Herman II, Herman Brown II, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, Monty Q. Pittman, John Fillard, No More X, Sapat Ra, Dr. Marianne Williams, Tony Clark, man, my martial arts instructor, Kojo Kamal, Elder Farmer, Elder Hairston, Elder Donaldson, Millie Dixon, Elder Millie Dixon. That's all I can think about for me. Mark Walsh. That's all I can think of right now. All right, so now from last year Kwanzaa celebration, ancestor recognition, we have Sterling and Lucy Wright, Derek L. Pullian, the Luxter brothers, Mrs. Edith Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, and Miss Marie McDowell. So we send out shots to those ancestors, and we salute them, and we say Ashe. Today is Kuumba, and it's a day of creativity, family. It's the day where we out seeking that creativity, but also along with seeking creativity, let's say, I don't necessarily want to seek creativity, Brother Hatem. What is your solution for that? You know, I'm not feeling very creative today, Brother Hatem. You know what I'm saying? Is there some other principles that I could pull from? You know what I'm saying? I don't like using the word Kuumba, Brother Hatem. You know what I'm saying? You African, I'm not African, Brother Hatem. I'm looking for something else, Brother Hatem. I'm an American, Brother Hatem. I don't speak that African language, Brother Hatem. Is there something else that I could be toasting right now, Brother Hatem? I just happen to have some other principles for your mixed up ass. All right? If you out there saying stuff like that, right? So I say I choose to look for Kuumba, but there's other principles that our ancestors have left us that fit this day. All right. Also, you might not like the term Kuumba, so you can also seek out creativity. Right. Very powerful principle that you need to have active in your life. As a matter of fact, it's creativity that makes people wealthy. Matter of fact, makes them rich. And then if they are wise with their creativity, they can turn it to wealth. Right? Also, on this day, there's a meiotic principle called order. Right? If you like the virtues of Ma'at, you have order that you can select from that. That's not even an African word. And that's something that some of y'all really need to apply to your life. So in this moment right now, we can also toast order. Lift up your glass for some order. Some of y'all need some order in your life, right? You need to have an order in your house. Where if your child is running you, you need to bring some order to that situation, right? So we lift up our glass because some of us need order in our life, right? You're not African, you don't want to use it, I can take it, right? Here's some other principles. Order, right? Also, we have the, is it the Hermetic law? Hermetic law? Today, you can look out for cause and effect. Yep. You don't want to do the African word. You don't want to do the creativity. You don't want to do order, right? And you don't want to do the modern principle of order. Use the Hermetic law for cause and effect, right? You can look for the cause and effect. Matter of fact, look in your life and see what causes, you know what I'm saying? You have the causes you have thrown out into other people's lives and the effects that came from that. Or look at your own life. Some of the causes and some of the effects that's going on in your life. Right? Causation. Let's look it up. Look it up. Alright, also, let's say you don't want to do none of that, right? For those of you, in West Africa, they have day names. And today, for those individuals that's born on this day, the name is Kwame. Shouts out to all the male names, Kwame, and all the female name, Amma. Now, also, for those that might be looking for something else a little bit different, you have the emotional emancipation circles. They put out a list, and you have the African-centered cultural virtues and value system, right? For today, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In Wolof, the principle of the day will be Job. I'm probably saying it wrong, or Job. Good character, just, honest, righteous. In Akan ethics, today is about having strong character. Microbiome is I'll get to that. You want me to talk about the microbiome, Brother Kwame? In traditional Yoruba, they talk about attributes of good character. Oju Inu, insight. We lift up and we could toast that as well. So it's a whole bunch of different things, right? It ain't just one thing. Hell, if you got principles, right? If you got a principle system, just pull out one and focus on it in the moment. And we toast and we say Ashe. From there, we move to our children. We toast our children. Now we choose our children tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? On to infinity. We toast our children in advance so that they will toast us. We toast them and we say Ashe. From there, I toast you, family. Each and every last one of you to take time to stop through, because I see that people be stopping through. I don't know how long they be watching, but they come in later and they be checking it out, man. And I'm like, yo, I'm not seeing people post up your ancestors, family. Right? Come on now. Salute those ancestors. I know some of y'all out there doing it, right? So we toast them and we say, I got to bring up the glass, one glass. We say, Ashe. 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 I wish you peace, power, joy, and 100 years. We drink up. This is older, so this is sipping, but I'm going to drink it just for you. When you let it sit, it eats up all right, just referring to cause and effect, that microbiome, right? What you put in it, man, dog, listen. But hey, so family, those of you that's out there, like and share, we can have a discussion. I don't know. Maybe people is doing. I mean, it's Saturday. It's football. It's football season. Some people going to watch the kids play and stuff like that. I got another bottle of that ginseng. Now, this is not JLA. I was too lazy to scrub that off, right? So I'm gonna go on and enjoy me some ambrosia. My private stock. I'm about to go and make me another 4 to 5 gallons. Just in case, right? Sometimes people be wanting it, and they don't be playing, right? My elders and my brothers don't be playing, right? When they say they want it, they want it, right? All right, so now, first things first. All right, now, the thoughts be clear for me, right? Because like on these days where I really don't have to rush out to get nowhere, I like to soak. So I get in the tub, right? And the thoughts be coming. In the hot water, the thoughts be coming, right? They be like, oh man, you gonna talk about this. And it be clear, thoughts be clear and shit. And then I have to end it with a cold bath, and then when the cold water hit, the thoughts should freeze, and I'll be like, damn, what was I thinking about? Because I'm fighting off the cold, and thoughts just freeze. But I wanted to hit on this iPhone X, right? And the fact that they're taking the price of cell phones to $1,000, which means that in my community, we're going to have people riding around with cell phones that cost more than the cars that they're riding around in. Right? You know what I'm saying? And the problem for me is that we know that this technology does not cost as much, but we're being priced out of the market. We have to take out in a sense mortgages, right, on phones now. Family, this is how bad our people's doing, right? There is a large segment of the American population that will go out and buy this phone, cash, drop it on the table. $9.99 is absolutely nothing. Brother Kwame say was just talking with my mom about phones because the cost of these phones are becoming astronomical, and the message that's being sent is we no longer need you. Right? You know what I'm saying? We don't need your little bit of money. Or you know what I'm saying, they break it. You know what I'm saying? Because the piece is, family, and like I said, I have to keep going back to this because I need us to start understanding that we need to really start talking amongst ourselves about the reality that we are in. Because we and our children are running around playing on a battlefield. Right? Right now, because we don't understand war, we think war is just about people running up on you with guns. No, America's at war with North Korea, bringing North Korea in, right? We at war. These motherfuckers are shooting, think about it. They're shooting missiles over other people's territory. Letting you know that, look, this missile, we got a missile that go 2,300 miles in that direction. Now, what happens when we put some nuclear shit on it and shoot it in the opposite direction? What's the chance of you shooting it out the sky? We at war with North Korea, except we're not going to war with guns. We're going to war with sanctions. And what we don't understand is that we have been at war for the last 2,000 years. And for us here in America, far as black folks here in America, we have been at war consistently for 400 years. And the method of war, right, has not always been physical. Physical is always the last part of war. There are other parts of war that take place and that happens prior to. One of those is economic war. This is the war that they're waging against North Korea now, and this is the war that they're waging that has been waged against us forever. So now, the next shot they shot at us is one, pricing out the phones. Y'all hear? Listen, My daughter. Sasha, do you want to be on the show, baby? Okay, then be quiet. Understanding the art of war. That's what Brother Kwame said. A lot of us, we don't understand the art of war. It's more than just about physical conflict. War takes place on, like, for example, I break down the little system, right? The Gye-Nyame system, right? Because now I finally added a number 1. Remember, I got a number 1, I got a number 2, I got a number 3, I got a number 4, I got a number 5, 6, and 7, right? 7 principles, right? But I got 7 pieces. Look, number 1, you and how you interact with the collective is 1. You. 1. That's the thing that you have to learn to work with, right? You are the tool. All is you, right? Number 2 is spending at least 2 hours within every 24-hour period on learning about you, on directing you, on moving towards mastery. 3. The 3 levels of learning: memorization, intelligence of the mind, moving towards mastery, which is intelligence of the heart. 4. The 4 things that you need to live a long, healthy life: proper breathing, proper water, culturally appropriate food, culturally appropriate movements. 5. The 5 parts of your being: intuition, mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical. Now, I'm going to stop right there, because this 5 is the levels that war happens on: intuitionally, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and the last one, once again, is the physical. We have to understand, man. We have to understand there's a war being raised against us, family. And because we only think war is about guns and bullets and shit, we don't understand. And our children don't understand because the adults don't understand. So we'll run out and we will spend half of our children's inheritance on this goddamn phone. And that's what you're doing. We don't want to admit it, but we're spending our children's inheritance on a goddamn phone. Or we're mortgaging out. Right? And I'm not telling you not to get the iPhone, but I just want you to understand what's happening. Right? Because once iPhone is allowed to bring out a phone that costs $1,000, who's next? Samsung? Motorola? Right? Then it's going to move from the Apple piece to Android. Right? Because we're going to rush out and we're going to get it. And since people going to see, well, hey, they willing to pay $1,000 for it. Right? I'm about to start downgrading my phone. Right? Because I'm not for the fuck. I mean, it's only so much that I'm going to be able to do with the phone anyway. I mean, all I need to do is get on the internet. All I need to do is be able to record every now and then. And I can just give me a laptop and do that. If I'm going to spend $1,000, I'm going to spend it on some shit where I could really do some major shit with me. And I can do some major shit with a cell phone, but I refuse. You know what I'm saying? To move to a point where I have to mortgage the fucking phone. Family, this, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, and then when I start looking at the numbers, and you know what I'm saying? Because I want to send shots out to Yvette Cornell and the Funky Academic and Tone Talks, because I mean, really, when you look at the numbers and the statistics, and you look at the middle black family, and we're worth $1,700. Then I'm looking at my bank account, and I said, damn, I'm gonna argue that shit. But then I look at my bank account, and I'm like, God damn. You know what I'm saying? Look at my bank account, and I have to be like, what the fuck? Right? I'm looking at my phone bill, I'm like, what the fuck? Right? Because it's like, oh, baby, take that sparkling pacifier out your go. I should have never let her buy that. Going upstairs. By the way, this show is brought to you by that ambrosia. That ambrosia that cool, refreshing drink. And I have to remind you, you are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. The hell? You are listening to the Daily Toast, and we are conversating, and you can feel free to call in at 614-556-4535. And this is a Heart of December production. Will we strive to blow up those old paradigms? Family, we are 30 minutes in. 30 minutes in. Oh, Lord, I see Quasi Low on the line. Shouts out to brother Quasi Low. Feel free to call in at 614-556-4535. We having Nation Builder Talk. It's Nation Builder time, family. Nation Builder time. I'm up here ranting about the goddamn iPhone, right? You know, North Korea remind me of that little kid that was in class that could never really beat you, but he just keep on fucking with you for some reason. And you kind of really suspicious that this little motherfucker knows something that you really don't. You know what I'm saying? And he just keep throwing paper at you and pinching you and hitting on you and shit. And you like, now, I know I could beat this little motherfucker, but I'm missing something. Because he know I could beat him too. Why is he fucking with me? You know what I'm saying? There has to be something deeper. Alright, Brother Kwame say acquisition of a phone should help you increase your income exponentially, so you add something to self rather than increasingly depleting of your self resources. Right. Acquisition of a phone. Now, if your business requires you to have a phone, you know what I'm saying, you're doing shit with the phone that can increase your income, family, by all means. I mean, rush out there and get it. But if you're rushing out there to get it so that your child could go to goddamn school, an iPhone, to go to school and get it stolen, and then get somebody like me having to play the sleuth to go. See, one of the things I kind of tell all the people at the school, you know what I'm saying, I start with the teacher so that the message can filter out, and then when parents call, I'm not looking for no goddamn phones. I know what my job taught, but my job duties, although I go beyond them often, does not include being Sherlock Holmes and searching and looking for a motherfucking phone. And I can't understand how our people is in poverty and motherfuckers is walking in with $200 shoes and $500 and $600 and $700 phones. And I know after Christmas this year, people gonna be coming in there tripping about these phones. My baby had this phone and they brought it to the hope, man. First off, why would you go buy a child a $1,000 phone? Then on top of this, family, check this out. This shit is cold, right? They got the fingerprint thing on it, and they got the facial thing on it. Y'all don't even understand that this is Apple's way of punking out of their agreement with you, right? Remember, Apple had beef with the with the government because the government said, listen, you need to you need to show us how to crack the phone so that we can get the code out, so because terrorists don't. Now, we will not violate our users by allowing you to break our code and get into the phone, because if we allow you to do this phone, what's going to happen with the next phone? And then what's going to stop you from being Big Brother and spying on all of us, even though we know that you're doing that shit already? And everybody was like, wow, Apple ain't backing down. Apple is standing up to the United States government. I'm getting me a motherfucking iPhone because I can do all type of freaky shit and nobody would ever be able to find out. I'll die and nobody will ever be able to crack my phone because Apple is not giving up shit. But what y'all don't understand is that Apple just backtracked. Why? Because one, they're throwing the fingerprint shit on, so actually the police can come in the house, knock your ass out, take your finger, and put it on your phone and get all your top secret information. And even worse, they don't have to knock you out now. All they got to do is hold you still
because they put that 3D face shit on there. So the phone will open up because it recognizes your face. Damn. Apple, you can't outsmart Brother Hatim. You might be able to get a lot of those but you can't outsmart me. I know that y'all backtracking. Now back to North Korea and being that little motherfucker in the class. They used to fuck with you. Because maybe North Korea knows something we don't know. Or maybe North Korea got a bigger cousin that they think might jump in the fight. See, because I want y'all to understand, as impossible as a lot of y'all may think, North Korea really having some beef with America is going to work out for North Korea, you have to remember, at one point in time, this country that we are in right now, America, right? United States of America was a colony that belonged to England. And everybody in the world thought that America was crazy for standing up against England. Now, let me tell you, North Korea don't have to beat America. All North Korea got to do is withstand. Stand up and defy, family. That's all they got to do. Why? Because eventually they're going to get back in. Because now, if North Korea starts some shit, Russia and China is going to stand to the sideline and wait for the outcome. And if North Korea can stand long enough, they will be sliding them some secret help, and then eventually they're gonna come out and help. Because now what the world is waiting for, people is waiting for America to stumble. Don't y'all realize that? Y'all still ain't tribing up. We taking vacations, we kicking in shit, we getting big ass rims and shit, right? Y'all need to be going to the goddamn gun range. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to start getting trained. Family, we need to start tribing up, right? Because some shit is about to go down. And it might not be bad, but it could be. And if it is, you need to know who you could depend on, family, right? Once again, this shit is brought to you by That Ambrosia. Shouts out to Quasi Load, shouts out to Lotus Blossom, shouts out to Sister Jackie. Hey, I seen your post up there about Ta-Nehisi Coates. I missed it. And I know that interview was the bomb, right? The first white president, right? Now, so, back to that fucking iPhone, right? $1,000 phone. Family, don't fall for it. Don't you fall for it. Don't you do it, right? Knowing that your black ass is only worth $1,700. Don't you do it. Like I said, listen, Apple already let y'all know. You got to go back and see. I'm going to check it out. It's going to be online if it's not online already, right? Listen. Kwame, if you still on, I don't know if you knew, but Ta-Nehisi Coates did an interview today on TV about his latest article, the first white president, right? So my mom even told me about that shit, right? So I'm like, now I gotta check it out. Jackie posting about it. Recap, I'm just getting here. All right. So I basically did the toast this morning. And then I start talking about the iPhone and how they pricing us out the market. We've been priced out of America, right? A lot of us just don't realize it yet. You know what I'm saying? We honestly are following Jay-Z the album was dope. I admit that the album was dope. I'm going to just say, one of the advices that he gave about credit, I honestly believe was fucked up, because it's not credit that got motherfuckers running America. It's motherfuckers who running America is not running this shit on credit. Motherfuckers who supporting America, you're running on credit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us are running this shit on credit, right? So I'm talking about the phone and how black folks have been priced out of America, and how us running out to get these goddamn phones is part of the economic war that's being waged on us. Jackie says you got to back up and see it. I'm going to do that. Recap. I'm just getting here. Recap. And I'm also talking about how North Korea reminds me of that little kid that used to be in school with you. They used to always fuck with you, but knew that you could beat them up. And somehow they got a cousin or something that's just waiting in the wings to fuck you up or something like that. And they just keep just fucking with you. North Korea got that type of attitude, right? Like I know that if you fuck with me, I got a cousin somewhere that's gonna come out and save me. right? So there's a proverb that says that a cat a mouse never fucks with a cat unless he knows a hole is nearby. You know what I'm saying? And you got to really wonder what is going on, what's going on with these motherfuckers' mind. Because listen, they're firing missiles. Not only are they firing missiles, because they could fire the shit across from one end of North Korea to the other end of North Korea in their own territory. But they're not doing that shit. They're firing the shit out over the ocean, out over somebody else's territory. And basically what they're saying is fuck you. I mean, it's sort of like your neighbor, you know what I'm saying, practicing golf, right? But rather than shooting the balls away from your house, the motherfucker's throwing the balls right on your lawn. And not coming to get them, not cleaning the shit up. Just leaving the shit there. Fuck it, he hit your window, he don't even give a fuck. That's sort of what North Korea is doing, right? All right. Brother Kwame said, I have the article in my notes, and it's a good read. Yes, it is a good read. I had to pull out the damn dictionary. You know what I'm saying? I got some new words reading that motherfucker, boy. You know what I'm saying? Oh no, we haven't. We will be the top. You gotta explain that. Buy. Oh yeah, we gonna be buying that shit out. You know what I'm saying? And we don't even realize that it's economic war. See, because we do not study war. We do not allow our children to study war. So we don't recognize war unless it's happening like it's on the movies, right? With guns and shit. But we have to understand that there are other aspects of war that are more important than just the guns pulling, right? Like right now, we at war with North Korea. We just don't realize it, right? You know what I'm saying? But those people in politics understand, right? They're not pulling the actual physical gun trigger. They're pulling the trigger of finances right now. We're going to put some more sanctions on your ass, right? And black folks, we don't even realize that we have been receiving sanctions in this motherfucker since we've been here, right? Buyers. Jack, you call in at 614-556-4535. Ben, Enum. Oh, somebody just...
I'm here.
Oh, what's up? Oh, what's up, girl? North Korea got his cousins, Ben, and Enum.
There's a delay.
Oh, okay.
I'm watching you on Facebook and calling in.
So don't have it talking, because I hear myself, and then I'll be thinking I'm already feel like I'm crazy most of the time.
Well, I think I wanted to address something that is that's already been said. I mean, you were talking about, but you weren't talking about anymore. But anyway, I just wanted to say, when you were talking about the iPhones and how we need to, understand that we are being priced out of America.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
That thing.
Oh, go ahead.
The thing is, we're actually not being priced out. What we have neglected is our priorities with our money, because the rhetoric that the Republicans and the top Klansman, Donald Trump, want people to believe, well, actually, they always have talked to their pawns in a way that to make them believe that we are the face of poverty in America, and we are not. In fact, we are the most intelligent of everyone in America at this time. And I mean intelligence by we are being educated, especially black women, at an astronomical rate and owning businesses. But the problem is our consumerism is out of control. It's the fact that we don't spend our dollars where we should be spending them, to build in ways that we should be building them. And the reason why white folks in government try to perpetrate us as the face of poverty is so that those pawn white folks who believe that they actually have some type of power and are not on our level, even though we are on the same economic level, they have forced them to believe that, well, not forced them, but they have passed this down in tradition as us being, less than them or underneath them in what way, but we are graduating more college graduates than they've ever seen amongst African Americans. We're making more money, and we are still the top consumers in this country. next to the 1%. And the problem becomes when what we have priced ourselves out of is that we put our money in places where it's not helping us in any way. We're not growing, so it makes us look like we're running around in a circle in the same place that we have been for many years, and not making any kind of strides and any real advancement, when in fact we are. When we have our own news outlets, we see that. But those aren't the stories that make it on mainstream media most of the time. But if we would have people like Ryan Mack come into the community, and that's what he does. He's been educating inmates coming back into folks have been locked up and coming back into society. He's been educating gang members. He's going into the trenches to teach people not only living skills, but for financial skills and what you should be doing with your money. If you want to have these schools, you want to own your schools, you want to teach your children, you want to build your community in a way that it has to be. I mean, there's no way they could neglect us in the media in that way. But right now, we're going to be the number one first. I already had a friend yesterday talking about he done
Pre-ordered
the phone. Right.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be the first one in line. But if we could just find a way to convince ourselves that our worth is not in our things, but in our education, then we can really show ourselves as advancing. But it seems as though when you get these name brand Negroes out here standing in front of cameras and everything, they are the 1% of us. That's what it appears to be, but that is not what it is.
What is it?
And also what I meant when I said the government wants to make us the face of poverty, so that the pawns will always, when they go to the voters' booth, vote against things that they benefit from. So they're killing two birds with one stone by selling that lie that black folks are the face of poverty, because they think that they're voting your black ass out of some funds and resources for your family, when in fact they are impacting millions of white folks, many more millions of white folks than us.
Right. Now, so Brother Kwame said, ooh-wee, she is so right. Brother Kwame also said, again, Bacon's rebellion, making whites think they are more than simply us because they are white. They are more than us simply because they are white. So
exactly. This is why I told you to watch the Free State of Jones. Free State of Jones is a necessary film for every person in America to watch, not just black folks. Please watch the Free State of Jones.
I'm already reading the book that you gave me. I got to go and read the goddamn book. Now, I don't want to watch the movie. I'm into the Marvel Universe shit. I can't. Come on, bro. Don't crowd my movie time with Bacon's Rebellion and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like the iPhone, man. I got to have it really. I'm just fucking with you. But yeah, now, the Free State of Jones, she already put that movie up. If you could, because I know you're still watching it, go and type it in there, because when we be given these things that we want people to do, we need to go and document them, right? So that people see on the timeline. Because these are the type of discussions that are necessary. Now, I do have to ask this question. There is, because when you look at the median income or the median savings of the average black family, you know what I'm saying, the median is about $1,700. So in the middle, we have people in the middle. A majority of us have less than $2,000 saved. Period. All over. You know what I'm saying? And this is what this is one of the issues that gets me, because it's like we're not. And I think a lot more of us are in poverty than we really want to admit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's kind of uncomfortable for us to be like, we are in a fucked up position in America. You know what I'm saying? Because, and the fact is, we have to realize that we are. I honestly believe that we are. And we need to, one, accept that and then start holding this government responsible for the reasons that they are responsible for. Because we could take care of our own, and we could check our own people for what we're doing. Because, you know, like our spending habits, like you said, is 100% correct. But our spending habits, I believe, come from some of the shit that was inflicted on us. Because really, when it comes to it, in America, we was taught to value all this shit. I mean, our education, I mean, let's say, because I want to make sure we distinguish, because when I can't speak for my sister Jackie, but I speak for me. When I say education, I'm not talking about this shit y'all getting in school. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I want to separate education from schooling. Some of us have been schooled to value this shit because we honestly believe that these trinkets that we have make us more valuable, right? When it's not necessarily, it's not even necessarily, it's not the trinkets that make us who we are, and it's not the trinkets, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna protect us when we go to work. Because if some shit go down, that $1,000 iPhone ain't gonna do shit for you. It ain't gonna stop a bullet. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna predict the future.
Let me interject for a moment.
Wait, one more thing. Brother Kwame is asking, who pre-ordered the phone? They hung up.
Oh.
They got off the line, but go ahead.
But what I wanted to say when you were talking about the difference of schooling and education, we need both to play. We may not see it that way because of our Africanness, but we do need to be able to, as they say, code switch whenever we need to. We need to have both intelligences, because the thing about schooling and, like you said, being trained to think these trinkets are something that gives us worth or some type of level of class, or, you know, sets us apart, is the people who we engage and network with on the school level. That is why I don't want my kids at Harvard. I don't want them in Ivy League education. I don't want them in private school education, even on the high school and middle school level, because I've done both. I've been educated at HBCU as well as with you at the Big Ten. I have been in the public school system as well as the private school system. Came up through the private school education, and only difference is who you end up knowing in that process.
So where did I meet you at? What you got to say to school? Where I meet you at, baby? Don't just say Big Ten. Where I meet you at?
Ohio State, Buckeyes.
Yeah. And so for the reunion, so some of y'all, I just want that out there, because some of y'all, we had these reunions. We need to start. Come on, family. We need to come together. It ain't just about us celebrating OSU. It was about us celebrating the fact that we was black and we was able to make it through that shit. Whether we graduate or not, we share that experience, and through us sharing that experience, we could share some money making ventures. God damn it! But go ahead, finish your statement.
Yes, and you know, I really and let me tell you why it's instrumental. If anybody's out there that is Ohio State alum, to come to the reunions, because of the one time that I organized the reunion, and me and Hatem sat outside talking during a party. And he told me something that stuck with me. All of these people out here with their own businesses and selling things and making all this money are just like you. You came out here and you put all this stuff together. Why not make some money doing it? Why not make some money doing the things that you do? Teach a class, teach, you know, how to do certain things that you know how to do, blah, 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 because everybody has the ability to sell something in this economy. And that stuck with me because everybody doesn't feel that in themselves, that they have a business in themselves. They don't feel that they have a business even in their network. They are just hustling some dollars. And that's different than being a business owner and building together and having a conglomerate, I guess I want to say. That's a whole different arena that I see. But when having that conversation with you, you made me feel like I could do anything. I could do these things, and just there's so many other brothers and sisters that attended Ohio State that went on to do their thing. And when we come together at these reunions, we start being able to patch these things together and make something out of it. You know, you could even have a conversation like I had with you, and it built me that day. I never thought about it, and I never felt any of that before you said it.
But check this out. Let me say this, because Brother Kwame say I met Kwame at OSU. Kwame is bringing me back into a community that's going on here. See, because these small connections that we had, we got this is why I keep on talking about pouring for the ancestors, because we think some of this shit is accidental. But me and you, we had genuine relationship building experiences where you got to actually see who the fuck I was. I got to actually see who you was. And there's very few people that we get to do that with. We don't get to do that in the professional life no more. And when you, and see, like, for example, in every family, you had an individual. Like, for example, I went through life, and I don't know whether I was unconscious or what. I don't remember shit. But I got people in my life, like my sister. Tylese, my sister, she remembers everything and everybody. And like, for example, I was just sitting at a meeting with a young lady who was from Akron. And she was raised in Akron, and her child, it was, in a sense, I guess, was born in Akron, and she moved up here. And so I said, damn, you from Akron? Where you from? Well, I'm from the Valley, blah, blah, blah. What? I said, girl, you remember Sam Powell? Yeah, I remember boom, boom. So we going through, and she mentioned all these names. I'm like, I need my sister here because I don't know none of these motherfucking names, right? But what I'm trying to say is this. My sister is the connector for me because she remembers all the connections of people. So you can say one name or one birthday, and my sister's able to connect. And that's kind of how you are, Jackie, because one, you know the brokest of us, and you still stay in contact, and you know the richest of us, right? And the shit that you got, I mean, it's like you are able to connect shit that other people are not able to connect because you are more of a relationship miner. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you know, you come to town, you call me, and I'm broke as fuck, but then on the same time, you know the millionaires that came out of Ohio State. And this is what we missing. This is what community is about because, one, you have those that get out and get it, those that get out and lose it, and those who are able to connect the dots. You one of those that's able to connect the dots. That's why when you call, I'm coming, goddammit. Because I never know what dot you, no, really, I never know what dot you might have at the motherfucking party. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something I'm missing.
Yeah, I get it.
You know what I'm saying? So, and that's a powerful piece because everybody can't do that shit. You are a connector. You are somebody that keeps families together. You probably the same shit you do for us at Ohio State is the same thing you probably do in your family right now. You know what I'm saying? You are a connector because what's crazy is you probably even remember you remember motherfuckers' birthday. You post up on his birthday whether you cheating and using Facebook to know when somebody's birthday is or not. You know the important small shit. And that's what every community and every collective needs, right? And then on top of that, not only are you the connector, you are also an individual that studies. So you always are able to bring people to task. So even when somebody's talking some shit to you, they know they got to talk some intelligent shit to you. You know what I'm saying? I can't give you no bullshit reason why I didn't show up. Because Jackie, one, she do her research. She know what's going on in Columbus. She know what the fuck going on in Detroit. She know what the fuck. You know what I'm saying? I know about your financial issues. So it's cool that you didn't show up this year. But I know this year you was making some motherfucking money. Because I've been tracking your posts and shit. And people need that. That you know what they used to call what you are, Jackie? Back in the day? Big mama.
What?
You know what I'm saying? They used to call it you right. The big mama. Every collective needs.
I was gonna say Miss Jenkins.
But Miss Jenkins didn't get the respect. Miss Jenkins didn't get the respect that Big Mama did. Miss Jenkins just knew everybody's business, and Miss Jenkins would talk and motherfucker wouldn't know her. Big Mama would call and
well, maybe I'm a
show up.
combination. I'm a combination.
Well, you the new era. You know what I'm saying? All right, we'll come up with a new term. You know what I'm saying? But it's like basically that mama, that motherfuckers know, that mama or that big sister that motherfuckers listen to. That better yet, this is a term, matriarch.
The matriarch. Now I think that's definitely where I'm coming from. Definitely. But at the same time, I don't want to make other people feel threatened in any way. But sometimes amongst us, oh my goodness, somebody might think you in competition with them or you know, something like that. But that's not me at all. You know, I come from a family of community activists, political activists. And it's all about nation building for me. Always have been. Right.
When I met your ass, right? That's what you know. What I'm saying, and that's rare, man. I mean, me and you. I have a relationship with you that is rare because I could talk to you about bullshit, or we get down. I mean, it's like you on all the levels. So it's like boom, we could go from the bullshit all the way up to the serious conversations. And you can't do that.
Exactly. Because we go all the way back to the group home on Indianola.
There we go. You see what I'm saying?
Was it on Indianola where they had it?
No, we go all the we go back farther than that. We go back to the towers.
Yeah. We definitely go back. We go back 30 years.
I met you because you came, matter of fact, you came the winter. Because you actually started school when I was planning to start school. Either it was the winter or the spring, because I was planning to originally start school in the spring. I came down, and you was playing the piano in the motherfucking hall. And I'm like, damn, I never heard a nigga play piano before. You was jamming up there playing piano. I said, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's my girl Jackie from Detroit. Blah, blah. I'm like, yo.
Look, I go all the way back to Cecil on you.
Oh, goddamn. How you gonna drop my government name on Facebook? Goddamn. Now the kids gonna be like,
nobody know that till you said that. Nobody knew that till you said that.
Oh, I got some intelligent ass kids. They might not be good on that on these tests we giving them. But my kids can connect dots like you wouldn't even believe. I'll be like, well, how did you goddamn detective? You know what I'm saying? But hey, Brother Kwame says it's good to have and make a hustle. And basically you bring together the hustlers as well as make everybody feel comfortable. So, you know, and that's the piece. And I kind of took you off of what you was talking originally, but go ahead. You remember where you was going with it? When you was, but
who, me?
Yeah, we was talking about the iPhone.
We were talking about
the wealth disparities,
being able to come back to the reunions and use those as a
that was a sidetrack. No,
they are your true friends in that situation, but at the same time, you come together so that you can make a working network out of your circle or whatever that may be, and even maybe build on that circle so that you can get some projects going. Like in the last conversation I was involved in with you on here when you were talking about us building our own schools, having our own education system and things like that. But that's the, and also, you know, we ain't getting together all the time just to put vacations together. We get, although we do need to do that as well.
I can't afford a vacation.
Main priority is seeing, you know, what it is that we can do with our dollars other than buy iPhones. Oh. And Jay-Z, when you talk about that album, he was very transparent, and he did drop some real jewels in there. You know, I'm trying to put you on for $9.99. Right. he wasn't lying, because when he talks about credit, or building your credit, but at the same time, you have to build your worth.
Right. Right.
And our net worth, like you're talking about the $1,700, you know, that is the problem, because you can walk out there with an 850 FICO score, yet not be able to buy a house because you don't have no liquid.
You don't have no liquid.
It's real.
Cash. And see, and that's the piece, because like I said, the album with Jay, as far as, because with Jay-Z, I don't want nobody to think that I'm coming down on the album, because I hear a lot of people like it ain't that deep. That shit for me, that shit was an experience. right? Because Jay-Z is
Yeah.
he's in my age grade, and it's good to hear hip hop in a sense coming of age. You know, it's grown man and grown woman talking shit. I done fucked up. I done did this. The only piece I was bringing up was that credit piece I didn't agree with. But damn, in a real conversation is shit that you supposed to like and shit that you don't like in a conversation. And I feel that I was having a conversation with Jay-Z, and I'm like, nigga, I don't agree with you on that credit shit. You know what I'm saying? Because motherfuckers, I don't believe motherfuckers running the world on credit. You know what I'm saying? Because
no. But the other part is that. Well, I ain't trying to start nothing on no Jay-Z, but I just want to say if you gonna be 50 years old still rapping, this is where you should be anyway.
Exactly.
You know, this ain't no feat, like you said. It's like saying, you know, I'm the best rapper out here. It's like saying I'm like the tallest midget. That's not even a conversation.
That's not even a conversation. You know what I'm saying? It's not. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, yo, we too old for that, right? I'm not trying. See, at this point
right,
in time,
this is what you should be doing.
Right,
this is what you should be teaching on track. You should be at the top of your game. You should be able to educate the other dudes that's under you that's not your age. That's, you know, because a lot of times we feel like, especially when we engage one another in competition or we make up a competition between ourselves, we don't want to respect the age and the experience that comes with it, simply because intellectually you think you're 25 and I'm 55, yet you can intellectually spar with me because you don't put together a couple of books, but you need some experience behind your intelligence. You know what I mean?
Brother Kwame says, I'm good friends with the president of OSU Black Alumni. We're going to talk about that when I see you next time, brother. Was good hanging out with y'all for a moment. Got to get busy. One love, fam. Is there any of the community things that I need to know about that you're going to, bro? So, because you know I'll be, you know, kind of out there. But going back to the whole Jay-Z piece, I mean, because all of us connected, Jackie. We go any direction that you want to go, because the one piece that I want to do is, one, I want to get you more active on, one, sharing your thoughts, because you are an excellent writer, you know what I'm saying, and also you have the ability to speak, you know what I'm saying, so boom, every time I get you, because it's the same thing with Janice, you know what I'm saying, whenever I get Janice online, I'm trying to make sure that I'm able to maximize what you are able to get to people, because we never know how what we say will affect those that are listening, and at our age, we are the ones that's guiding the warriors. And you're right. What happens is, because I was ignorant like this, but it's because I came up without necessarily a system within my community, because I was taught that my community was lost, and it was my job to go and get a motherfucking degree and come back and shine a light. And then when I came back to shine a light, motherfuckers wasn't accepting light. So I had to be able to draw the educational sword and be able to battle with some of these elders, and I got disrespectful, right? Until I started running to elders that's like, little nigga, listen, I'll fuck you up. You need to listen. I mean, really.
But I got to get out of here in the next 3 minutes. So let me say, I do want your boy Kwame to, if he's friends with the OSU Black Alumni president, then, you know, they need to get on top of making that happen next year, because next year is the year that we come, and no one has heard anything yet about next year's reunion, and that needs to get organized so that we can get together again and do it in an effective way based on this conversation. If they're good friends, he knows that there needs to be a mixer like there has been in the past. They open up with a mixer at least, and go from there.
Would you be open to working with the Black Alumni Association and putting together the mixer?
Let me stir on that. Because,
saying,
like I said,
case,
I'm getting ready to possibly. I got some things happening with the Coates family, so I might. If that doesn't go through, then yeah.
All right, because this is the point. Because I have a brother here, and I'm done. Because I don't know if you remember. You remember Juneteenth? The Juneteenth.
Yes.
The Juneteenth here. Well, I told this brother a long time ago when we were first starting to do Juneteenth, because I used to MC it. I said, man, one day you're going to be able to basically, this is going to be your job. You know what I'm saying? And years later he came back and he told me, but then some shit went down here in Columbus, but I hope we get it back, and I need to talk with him. I got to reach out to him because I have a possibility for us to take Juneteenth to another level or whatever. But anyway, the point that I'm saying is things like these reunions that we're doing, they are functions that if we are able to manage them right, this will be an income bringer inner, I don't know how to say it, an income getter that could support a staff until we do it. And since we're doing it every 2 years, that could support a staff. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to share that with you, Jackie, and you know that's that's my mind state about what we're doing now.
Yeah. I agree.
So, but I know you got to get out of here. I'm gonna keep running my mouth for a little bit longer because you know I ain't got nothing else to do. My kids is upstairs and they quiet. But yo, Jackie, I want to thank you for joining me. I'm still waiting for that article for my goddamn blog. You know, but it is.
Well, how about you take the one that I put up the other day, the post about the whole anti-Confederate films and series?
Well, I'm gonna have to find it. You know, if you email it to me, I'm gonna post it up. But you know, I might be a Confederate. I don't know. You know, hey, you know.
No. I'm talking about the series that HBO is putting together called Confederate, where it's a series based on if slavery had never ended and the rebel soldiers had won.
I thought that was on Netflix. That's on HBO?
That's going to be on HBO. They're the same creators of Game of Thrones that's doing it.
Ooh, that's going to be...
And see, there's a post on my page that combines all of the ones that are coming up against it, because there was such a campaign of folks that did not want to support Confederate. There's all these, like Will Packer is putting together something called Black America, where that's going to be on Amazon. And it talks about how black folks did get reparations. What if black folks got reparations and they gave us all of Mississippi and Alabama, or Mississippi or Louisiana.
That's the one I heard about.
Okay, and then you have the other one where Jordan Peele from Key and Peele is putting together a film about it's a Jim Crow horror story.
Now, because one of the things that we have to watch out with a lot of these tales, and because I know you got to go, but one of the things we got to watch out with all these tales is that they allow us to get caught up in the fantasy realm. Black folks.
Yeah.
Listen. Let's watch these with an open mind, realizing that we still got to do the work, because you don't need to get caught up in the Matrix. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We don't need a Game of Thrones type following for these shows, and then when it comes time for us to get busy, you know what I'm saying? You can't handle business. You know what I'm saying? So
you caught up in the fantasy.
You caught up in the fantasy. You know what I'm saying? Because the fact is, we never got our shit. And you know what I'm saying? Jackie want education. I want a check. God damn it. I want.
Well, you see what we doing with the checks. And on that note, I'm out. Peace, brother.
Peace. All right, so yo, this is Brother Hot Tim. We still up and we kicking it. Shots out. Brother Kwame say, nigga, please. Damn, Kwame, what's going on, man? You never said nigga, please. What I do wrong? Oh, man. What I do wrong, Kwame? Wow. Nigga, please. Oh, my God. Help me. Damn, another nigga, please. Oh. All right. Hey, family, yo. I got to call Kwame real quick to see what's going on. I'm good friends with... did I miss something? Did I say something? I'm about to go and put y'all on hold for a second and get on the phone. Because I need to see what's going on with my brother real quick. He never said that shit before. All right. Where we at? So we at an hour and 13 minutes, family. There's still two people on the line. Let me know who you are so I can send shots out to you. Damn, I'm kind of thrown off. Kwame, you still there, man? Both and. Not you. To talk about the films. Oh. Woo. All right, Kwame. I thought you was higher than me, man. All right. Woo. Lord have mercy. I ain't never heard you even say nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of them field motherfuckers, right? I'm used to that language, but when certain people in my party start using that language, I know it's time for me to get ready for war. God damn. You know what I'm saying? Now, if it was Nomo I was talking to and Nomo said nigga, please, be laughing and joking and shit, but you saying nigga please, when that ain't even part of your lexicon. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, God damn, what the fuck did I just do? You know what I'm saying? Alright, shouts out to Samson Ferguson. We just having a conversation, family. Lines are open. Spill out your heart. Talking about whatever you want. Brother Hot Tim is making himself available so that you can go and express how you feel. We just got there talking about the goddamn iPhone. We started talking about, oh, you channeling Nomo. I dig that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, when me and her was talking about how young people used to come up, and I would come up in the community, it was certain people that young folks knew that they could go on a debate against, right? And be very disrespectful. Like, you know, most of the time it's like with college motherfuckers, but when you got to the real motherfuckers, oh, them motherfuckers clean it up, be all respectful. Noma used to tell me all the time, he said, you know, as he started getting older, Noma like, yo, you know, don't make me slap the shit out of you. Noma was the only man that I would go to, and he would look at me and be like, what's going on, Peanut? I said, nah, motherfucker, I'm a grown ass. What the fuck you calling me? Well, listen here, boy. Listen here. I call you that as a term of endearment. You don't want me to just not like you. Nomo, you know what I'm saying? As an elder, as a late nation builder moving to elder phase, Nomo developed a relationship with me where he called me Peanut till he died. You know what I'm saying? Nobody else call me Peanut. Call me Peanut if you want to. I'll slap the shit out you. Give a fuck who you are. You know what I'm saying? That's what my elder like. I got another elder that could make me cry and shit. You know what I'm saying? See, these type of relationships we need to start having with our warriors, right? Family, because listen, now, people would want to debate Nomo, but motherfuckers be very respectful with Nomo. Nomo used to tell me, even when he was hurting and in pain, he said, listen, dude, I got one good slam left in me. Don't make me get up and use that shit on you. Right? I remember one time, young folks brought Cornel West to Ohio State. And Cornel West was at Ohio State at the same time that John Henry Clark was at Ohio State. Cornel West at that time was the premier scholar. John Henry Clark at that time was blind, an old man, probably dealing with poverty issues. And the young people wanted to set up a debate. Right? Wanted to set up a debate. They had John Henry Clark at the table. They had Cornel West at the table. And this is when I went out and bought Cornel West's book and started loving Cornel West. And a lot of y'all might not even like it. I respect him up to this day. I was there at the goddamn room. I was in the room. They set him down. He said, I'm going to take the debate. And he said, look, I defer any type of debate with him. I just want to sit here and get the wisdom from my elder, because how can I debate this man, John Henry Clark? I got my views, but it's not a debate. You know what I'm saying? Because listen, he showed a level of respect that touched my heart, which we have to make sure that we are able to instill into our young people. See, because Cornel West knew something that a lot of people didn't know. See, because at that time, John Henry Clark had motherfucker, as Farrakhan would say, he had soldiers that you could see and an army that you couldn't see, right? And he knew at that point in time that if he was disrespectful, there was going to be some consequences and repercussions. We don't have that shit no more. You know what I'm saying? Kwame might have been there too, right? Cornel West showed the utmost respect for Dr. John Henry Clark, and he didn't have to, because in academia at that point in time, Cornel West's pedigree, far as all this shit and the Harvards and the degrees, was far beyond what John Henry Clark. But he respected John Henry Clark, and he did that shit in front of young people who could have been disrespectful too. He showed us how to defer to our elders. And many of us don't know how to do that shit. Many of our young people don't know how to do that. See, a lot of us have abandoned our elders. Shame on you, right? You think you know more than your elders. And this is the fact. You might know more than your elders. Motherfucker, that don't mean you have to be disrespectful. You need to learn how to be able to learn from your elders. Because even if you got all the book knowledge and you've been going to school from 14, let's say you graduate from college. I had a brother that graduated from high school at 16 years old. He was brilliant. And you go to college from 16 to 32. And you run into an elder that's been working in the community for 60, and he's 60, and he's been out here doing the work, and he might not have a college degree. And you think that because you got this book knowledge that you are able to be disrespectful to this motherfucker that's been in the community? There's consequences. Or there should be consequences and repercussions for that shit. You understand what I'm saying? Listen. Nomo was the type of elder for me that if you disrespected him, Nomo didn't have to say shit to me. Same thing with G Lord and Chicago. Same thing with Elder, with Baba here in Columbia. You can't disrespect my elders without some motherfucking repercussions coming. It's certain things that I'm sure that some of my elders will not let me know because listen, one, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? The point that I'm saying is, our elders have been abandoned, and we need to start surrounding them. There should be no abuse and no disrespect on our elders. You might know more, but you have not experienced more than the elders. And we need to be able to go on and start checking motherfuckers about that shit. Dog, listen. See, like for Gye-Nyame, we have a ranking system, right? You know what I'm saying? And you can have a higher rank than somebody, but you still have to be respectful to the motherfucker's age. Do you understand? Right? Because just because your ass done made it through the ranks does not mean that you had a right to disrespect somebody older than you. And that's what a lot of us feel. And that comes from us being totally disconnected from our culture. Because it's culturally inappropriate to disrespect elders. Culturally inappropriate. I'm guilty of the shit. Right? But I always had elders that could check me. And I had elders that I had a connection with that could just say shit to me and make me, I done basically cry like a baby because an elder was disapproved of my action. I know that fucks some of y'all up because you don't have that type of relationship. But when you have motherfuckers that will invest time in you, fly you around the country, put you in situations where you are able to achieve and become known, man, please. See, but a lot of y'all are not grateful. Brother Kwame say sounds just like him, talking about Nomo. I remember what he said. I sat at his feet. As much as one knows, can he know his ass to the age of his or her elder? That's right. You know what I'm saying, family? You know what I'm saying? We got to really, and there's a lot of elders out there that are being neglected. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not, now. But this is what I want y'all to watch out for, right? Elder Dr. Dolly, Baba Dolly, teaches us the difference between an elder and an older. We have elders in our community, and we also have olders. What's an older? Just a motherfucker that just got old. The only reason he survived is because America has provided a place where the foolish can get old. In America, if you foolish and you mind your business, you can become old. You know what I'm saying? Nature used to eliminate fools. Y'all need to understand this. This whole shit, a fool growing old, that shit only happens in quote unquote first world countries. Fools can get old in a first world country. In the third world country and below, what they call third world, you know what I'm saying? Fools will not survive past 25. You know what I'm saying? And if you do, you are a violent fool. So you will die probably at 35, 40 because somebody going to come back for the violence that you did between 25 and 40 and take you out. You know what I'm saying? So now, in America, fools can get old. So you got to be aware of an older and an elder. An older is somebody who just got older. An elder is somebody who took experience in and is willing to pass it on to the generations after them. An elder is somebody who has truly been involved in nation building. You understand what I'm saying? They took their nation building years and they have invested time and they've been watching the world. So they're able to sit back, and they might not have all the pedigrees and all the degrees, and they have not been certified by the enemy, because that's what a lot of y'all respect. Y'all talk about the white man, but the only thing you respect is the certifications of the enemy. You respect that shit. So a motherfucker come in with a doctor. Name one black institution, one whole black institution that is certifying a motherfucking doctor. There is none. So a lot of y'all, and even some of the elders, right? We done fell into the trap where the people that's supposed to be running us can only be certified by the enemy. For motherfuckers who don't have our best interests at heart. What a doctorate means, in most cases, is that I have perfected and I have mastered the skills to maintain the system that has been oppressing me. Now, every now and then you find one of those that was able to use that system to get out of it what he needed for his people. But in most cases, that's what you got. So I won't respect you unless you got a doctor. Right? I had a motherfucker tell one of my good friends that shit a couple minutes ago. Why you running this organization? You don't even have a doctorate. You know what I'm saying? Your black ghetto ass. I mean, I'm just being honest. Your black ghetto ass is telling him that you can't respect him because he don't have certification from the very motherfucker that you rebelling against. That your blackness is really in opposition to. You're saying that this man should not be running this institution because he don't have a certification from the very people that you're rebelling against. Ignorant motherfucker. And this is what's running around raising the kids. Having kids. Instilling them with the mind state that, hey, we against the white folks, but the only motherfuckers that can run you is motherfuckers with doctors, and doctors only come from white folks, and all education only supposedly come from white folks. Fuck. That's not confusing to you? This is why our kids run around doing this shit. They're confused. You know what I'm saying? They don't know whether they're broke or whether they're rich. They don't know whether they're white or they're black. They think we all the same. And so they could go out here and they could argue with the police and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I got to go in and repair some of the damage that you have because some of these boys who are about 12, 13 years old with mustaches and shit looking at the police already know what how the police are looking at them. So I got to be honest with them. Baby, you at war. Little brother. Listen, don't make me lose my job because you want to talk to me like that. You don't disrespect me or anybody else in the school like that. I have to remind my kids all the time. Family. We're not reminding our kids of where they are. Brother Kwame, man, you're supposed to be going somewhere, man. You ain't going to blame me for being late. Brother Kwame say PhD, philosophy, just lets you know it's about arguing for the system that has oppressed us. I want y'all to think about that, family. And there's very few of us that come through that's undamaged. They do exist. But I want y'all to understand that we are kowtowing and showing respect, even in our cultural communities, right? Our cultural organizations. We are kowtowing to individuals who have been trained by the enemy. Rather than respecting those who have been in the trenches. I was fortunate to fall up under somebody who was educated, a couple of individuals that was educated in the trenches. And from them, doctors involved, individuals that was able to go into the system and come back and be reminded about who the fuck they are, because I'm telling you, when you are in the education process, you can lose your motherfucking mind. Brother Kwame said, I began tutoring in another half hour or so. I'm prepared. Okay. And Big Man Banks, shouts out to my son, Big Man Banks. Thank you for joining us for a couple of minutes. You need to get in touch with the rest of your brothers because y'all don't be tuning into my show enough, and I'm going to have to start going around and dispensing some goddamn fatherly love to you motherfuckers since y'all don't want to learn nothing. You know what I'm saying? Love you, though. Gotta see, and that's what we get mixed up on too. Love. Love is tender. Love is soft. Love is like a soft, wet rain upon your face. Love is also a belt across that ass Love is also somebody telling you the truth about yourself. Love is also somebody being bold enough to honestly let you know that you fucking up, rather than trying to cover it up with nice and pretty words. That's love. Family, we at war. We at war. The guns have not been drawn, but the communities you lived in, right? All the wealth is being extracted from it. Even your pockets, the wealth is being extracted from it. You being stripped mine. Nobody's respecting the policies. Nobody's respecting your humanity. You are at war. That's called war. The only thing that's missing is motherfuckers being on the beachfront, on the edge of your community, coming in with guns. And because you don't know war, you don't realize that. The economic war is being launched upon you. You have to go out and rob and steal to get this goddamn iPhone 10. And a lot of you motherfuckers already lining up for that shit. Come on now. This is brought to you by the Ambrosia, and I need to go back and remind you. You are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. The fuck is that? What's going on? This is the Daily Toast. I'm your host, Brother Hot Tim. And we are talking about what you want to talk about right now. Right now I'm just running my mouth. But I can run my mouth for a long time. And I'm waiting for you to call in at 614-556-4535. Let's get the conversation jumping. You don't have to agree with me. You know what I'm saying? You know, it would be nice. But damn, we don't need nice, right? And here we go. This is a Heart of a Simple production. Where we strive to blow up those old paradigms. All right. Brother Kwame once again says, all right, bro, I'm out. Okay, whatever. Oh, damn, there's nobody on the show. I'm all by myself. Drinking that ambrosia. All right, family. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and check out. I'm about to get on out, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you with some music. Let's see what music I'm going to leave you with. All right, my brother Malik and his family, the Willoughbys, have opened up Willoughby Soul Veggie, and they have a site on the corner of 18th. And I'm thinking long, but I could be wrong. No, is that long? It might be long. Well, anyway, they got a repurposed storage bin, right? Where they turned it into a restaurant, which is cutting edge, right? And we need to go and show support for the family. So what I want to do is Malik has a good song on my playlist, and I love playing this. And we are going to end the show on it as soon as I could find it. And it's called damn, I don't went right past it. Where is it? It's probably up at the top. Short Facts, Unknown Artist. Summer One by Brother Malik. So yo, we going out. So when you get an opportunity, you know, hit up Willoughby Soul Veggies. You know, let them know Brother Hot Tim sent you. Get you some, you know, let's support our businesses and shit. So rather than going out and buy that iPhone right away like some of you gonna do, buy some shit from Willoughby Soul Veggie. I gotta hit them up. All right, support. So here we go.
Drop, you can't stop it, can't top it. Take a biscuit, sop it. It's ethereal, quite literal, more advanced than fiber optics. The truth that I flip may cause inflictions. I rip the script with conviction. I mean this. Alright, I grips the mic like the kind of fiendish. Malik A. Willoughby, super genius at science and mathematics. mathematics that allow me to say this. Not an ego, let's say we go back to Uraeus. You, us, Uraeus, flee the chaos and confusion. Stimulating the five senses is not a mere illusion. Love and wisdom is art, put it together like fusion. Soldiers poised us out to give a new world a contusion. Hum-ba-diggity, hit down on Helen from the sun. Hum-ba-diggity, hit down, I am the sum of none but one, composed of six gods in the mix. Hum-ba-diggity, hit down on Helen from the sun. Hum-ba-diggity, hit down, I am the sum of none but one, composed of six gods in the mix. Heretics and some critics, they say we rank first. We're not the baddest of the bad, nor the worst of the worst. We strive for some abandonment in harmony with the universe. The weathered, we're unmovable like Mount Kilimanjaro. Africans will laugh again, so I say no sorrow. We are the people of the day before yesterday. We are the people of the day after tomorrow. I have a dream someday that our youth will be walking down the streets, contemplating, nibbling on ginseng roots, giving hell to those who aren't hard for sure, but for show. Pretending what you hadn't thought but said and didn't know. Claiming sets, throwing up gang signs, society's got you snared. What the hell is that sign language? For the spiritually impaired, I'm not a player hater, I'm just a player fader. What goes around comes around, vengeance is mine, I'll catch you later. Hum-ba-diggity, hit down, I'm Helen from the sun. Hum-ba-diggity, hit down, I am the sum of none but one, composed of six gods in the mix. Hum-ba-diggity, hit down, I'm Helen from the sun. Hum-ba-diggity, hit down, I am the sum of none but one, composed of six gods in the mix. No man shall get the best of me, one man's the great test of me, the part of me that strives up and begins to pull up the rest of me. Conquering selfish, true manifest destiny, and good reflects this. As I become more mindful, godliness pierces the blindfold, and I take it to the nine, so you can't check this. I pumps courage to the chest when suckers come for test, and when they come for test, there's no need to press a nine. I've got to buck a sucker with great outflux of the mind. My clairvoyance is a product of mind sight, creating foresight instead of hindsight. My buoyancy is a reflection of my hardship. I've been through much, and I'm beyond death. My legacy is a reflection of my godship. I hold a tight grip until my last breath. Hum-ba-diggity, hit down, I'm hailing from the sun. Hum-ba-diggity, hit down, I am the sum of none but one, composed of six gods in the mix. No gimmicks, just a few turntable tricks, executed by DJ Superman top notch. More vision than Black Watch, he steps upon the heads of DJs like a quick game of hopscotch. Wherever the top drops, then we must begin with musical sustenance. True, that comes through the eye of the storm, though cosmic in fact. This child's tracks are produced in his humanoid form. We are the sum of none but one.
Do you hear that? Is it supposed to sound like this?
Mr. Deity, I think it sounds great. Mr. Deity.
blind. Even when you reflect divine, divine. Word from the wise, never catch a pearls among swine. It's just a waste of time, cause I can't see you shine when you walk amongst the blind. Even when you reflect divine, divine. Word from the wise, never catch pearls among swine. It's just a waste of time, cause I can't see you shine when you walk amongst the blind. Even when you reflect divine. Say, word from the wise, never catch pearls among swine. It's just a waste of time, cause I can't see you shine when you walk amongst the blind. Even when you reflect divine. Yeah, word from the wise, never catch pearls among swine. It's just a waste of time, cause I can't see you shine when you walk amongst the blind. Even when you reflect divine. Yeah.
All right, this is Brother Tim. I want to thank you for joining us on Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. For those that don't know, that is the Call of the Phoenix, and of course you know this was the Daily Toast, and it was brought to you by a Heart of a Simba production. But once again, we strive to blow up your old paradigm. And I will see you tomorrow. The show probably won't be this long. But I want to thank each and every last one of you for stopping through. I'd like to thank everybody for sharing their wisdom, especially Sister Jackie for calling in, for Brother Kwame for being a strong soldier and always supporting his brother and sipping on that ginseng, that super ginseng and black seed. Ambrosia, I'm jealous because I don't got that. How he get the ginseng with the real ginseng root and the concentrated ginseng open up in it and black seed, and I don't got that shit. Shuts up. Hating in a good way, right? You heard Brother Malik. You heard from Blind Man the King by Mr. Deity, and that last song you heard was by Brother Shaka Hasbury. Walk Amongst the Blind. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to thank my entire family. And remember, tribe up. It's that time. And with that, Brother Hatim is out.